you can't go after that. But let me tell you this. Today is the first day of school. Like many others out there, all the little kids are, scrambling to do whatever. So and I was thinking about this earlier as I was driving in, and I was like, oh, okay. John mentioned we're doing a little school talk, first day of school, lunches or whatever. But I was like, and we all been there, that alarm clock hits just a little different on that first day of school, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's just like popping up out of bed, just like boom.
I had to wake up earlier because my damn kids.
Yes.
I work from home now, so I usually don't even crawl out of bed till like 7:45.
Right? These kids, we can't drag them out of bed to save their lives. All of a sudden, first day of school, alarm goes off. Boom. My daughter woke up. I didn't even have to like budge her. She was already up. I was like, and I'm going back thinking, it's like, that you got the kicks out. You got the fit going, right? Mm-hmm. You got that. You've been.
It's all the new clothes you got that you couldn't wear yet, because you're going to look good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You know that still got the tags on. Like, I'm not even going to bust this out. I'm not even going to wear this. And you're laying it down. Just everything's all everything's just like ironed out, just like perfect.
Yeah, my son just started 3rd grade, and he had his brand new pair of jeans out, his brand new Fortnite T-shirt, and he was all ready to go at school.
My son did not care at all. I'm just going to say that. No.
Dude, Matt sounds like, I'm about to kill these moles with this Fortnite T-shirt.
People could be so jealous.
You don't even know.
Yeah.
Bringing all the chicks. But hey, this is the Grabbing the Brisket podcast, guys. Thanks for listening. Hey, we appreciate all the love that you've been showing us over the past forever. Please go check out grabbingthebrisket.com. Go check out some of our social media sites that we have out there that we put a little recipes and little stuff out there. We appreciate the support. Thanks for the love.
Oh, speaking of which, your last recipe, your salsa that you posted, It's funny. My dad was like eating at some restaurant and ended up chatting up some random dude there who's like some big lumber guy up in like, the Spring area, Texas. And apparently he was just like fascinated that we had a podcast. And like my dad was like pulling it up. My dad's like calling me like, I'm talking to this guy that you're on a podcast, man. It is like, and
can you say hello to him?
So I guess he just Googled Grabbing the Brisket and like it popped up and it was your salsa. He's like, I'm looking at James right now on a video making salsa. Like he was just like,
how does this internet thing work?
Oh man. Then he's like, just, I don't know. He ended up finding some like promotion thing that I did where I was like talking. He's like, he called me and then just played it. And like he didn't say anything. He's just playing back. I'm like, yeah, I did that. I was in that video.
That's a dad thing.
It is. He's proud of you. That's
what that means. Yeah, and that's great. I mean, like, was he showing like the restaurant? Like, I mean, if you could just take care of that bill. I mean, if you want, just send me.
My son's on a podcast. Can you cover this?
Send me a DM of your details. I'll get it to the boys. They'll promote the restaurant. Everything's great.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Hey,
you're welcome. I'm here.
Can I get a little more chips and salsa, please?
Did you make your salsa like this?
Yeah.
Right. So these are complimentary, right?
Do you have a television? I can cast this real quick if you'd like. I love that. That's really good. Something I real quick, I'll get off my chest. I found out, we bought a new car, right? Amy bought a new car. She's got a new Explorer. Had it now for about a month and a half, 2 months almost. We got it right at the end of June, right? Just found out today, been getting calls from, I thought were telemarketers. This guy's name is Texas, but he's Indian.
His name is Texas?
That's what he said. But he's Indian. I'm like, sorry, man. No Amy here. Have a nice day.
I don't believe you, Texas.
Right. Just hanging up. I'm just like, whatever. I'm not dealing with these people. Right. Finally, I'm like, geez, keep calling. Let me figure out what's going on. So the guy's like, hey, listen, I'm from Ford Motor. I'm like, sure you are. Right. He's like, you haven't paid you haven't missed payment. I'm like, one missed payment? He goes, yeah, one missed payment. Fix me 2 missed payments if you haven't paid by whatever. I'm like, no, that's not true because I already paid. Right? Sorry, we paid on the 29th of last month and actually already cut one today, a new payment. So it's on bill pay. You go online. It's very easy. Go to your bank. You just
it's automatic.
It's very easy.
Boom.
Looks like we've been paying somebody else's car payment.
Oh.
How does that work?
So on bill pay, you have to put the account number that you're sending it to. However, if you fat fingered that thing and you put the wrong number down,
You paying
so
somebody
the last 4 digits were like 62. I don't want to say it. I don't know if you
Get it right.
Whatever, right?
Whatever.
Yeah,
You were off.
It was like two. It was like no. It was like 2. Last 3. 2
It's
2.
some digits off.
6. So what was we've been paying? It should be 228. So the last 3 digits, whatever, right? So we had the very last number wrong. So 8, it was 6, or some, yeah, vice versa. So we've been making somebody else's car payment now for the last couple of months, and I told the guy, I was like, look, can you, if I give you this account number we've been paying it to, can you look and see? And so we did, and the guy's like, nope, sorry, I don't see that there. I'm like, well, I don't tell you because I see the confirmation that it came out of the account. I see this is the account number we sent it to. Here's where it is. It should be on that account number, whatever. And he's like, sorry, I don't see that there. So
Gosh,
now I'm trying to figure out, like,
you ain't getting that money back.
Oh, you screwed, bro.
what are we doing? What are we doing here?
That's
So, no, Ford said they'll fix it. They'll find
fix
it.
it.
They're
Yeah.
gonna find it.
Okay, I thought you were going to pull
They're a
Office
good
Space. You're like, I'm
Yeah.
going to
But
burn the building down.
Right, right.
We
How
had-
cool is that, though?
That's cool. We had something similar, but not similar. We were actually paying 2 car payments at a time.
You send 2 payments out instead of 1 payment?
No, the bank was deducting 2 car payments every month.
Hey, that's how you get that sucker paid off. That's how you do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And we
Thank
just
you, bank.
recently found out about that. And I mean, like, that 600 bones stings a little bit. Now you find out, like, you're hitting us with like 1,200 bones a month for like the last like several months.
Gee, why did? So you had to sign up for something like, hey, would you like to pay your car off early? You're like,
I'm not really sure what it was.
Like, you're at the bank, like, yeah, that's fine. Can I get this candy? Is that good? Is that sucker good?
Right.
Yeah, okay, yeah, thanks.
These,
You're like,
these free mints?
yeah, They're
Okay.
like, oh, you know what?
Cool.
Yeah, sign us up for that. That's fine. $1,200 a month.
They ain't gonna give that money back. Yeah.
No.
CarMax already got their money. They're like, hey, glad you found the error. It's fixed. We're good.
Right.
It wasn't CarMax's fault. It was the credit union.
Yeah, that's actually funny. I like that. I just don't know. Like, can you imagine just like going, like, let's say you had like 2 payments left, and you go in and check your account. You're like, our car's paid off. What? Somebody paid our car off already, and it's like somebody else doesn't realize that they're paying the wrong account. I would love that.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
if
for
you're
them.
the one getting your stuff paid off.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely wanted to go.
I would
towards
wish
our
that
car,
on for like
but-
somebody that's like a billionaire, you
Right.
know, that or a millionaire. It's like these guys aren't hurting for it. Hey, thank you for paying my car off. I'm not paying it back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, long story short, we got it fixed, but
Nice.
I just found like, hey, if you screw up just a little by one number, just think you're paying somebody else. So maybe it's a little bit easier to go on to the, like, go into those sites and pay them directly versus trying to do through your whatever. But
Yeah.
hey, live and learn, man.
Hey, I heard some really great news on the radio today. Guess who's going to start serving alcohol now?
Whataburger.
The
I don't know.
International House of Pancakes.
Really?
Yeah. IHOP is going to be having champagne, wine, and beer now.
Champagne?
Yeah.
I
So
don't
you can
eat
go to
IHOP.
IHOP,
Get
you
a
can go get
mimosa?
yourself a stack of pancakes and a bottle of champagne.
I'm never gonna drink beer at IHOP.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Don't say never.
What if it's really cheap?
What if it's really in the middle of the night?
I don't ever go there.
That sounds awesome. What if
If Waffle House did it,
Waffle House started
Oh,
doing
God.
it?
if Waffle House did it, I'd be like, oh,
I'd be there every day of the day.
I don't go to Waffle House.
Then you're not even going to the bar. You're just going straight to Waffle House.
Hey, can I get that Grand Slam, please?
I've never dragged you there at 2
Just some of
a.m.
those.
Okay.
Oh, dude,
I got to work on that.
he's into the pecan.
Gotta get them pecan waffles.
For all y'all don't know, that Matt is super into pecan waffles, and he
He'll
loves
fight
them.
somebody over it.
Yeah, like he was so adamant. One night, he was like, just thinking about going to Waffle House. I'm like, we all been drinking a little bit. He's like, I'll drive.
That doesn't make it better.
Yeah, and then
We made it.
But
and back.
but listen, but coming from Matt, he doesn't really do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not really. And then you miss the Waffle House. Had to do a U-turn and.
Nah, I don't think that happened. No.
Yeah, but Matt only had like a handful of beers.
Yeah. I've never heard of a beers registered in a handful. But hey, Anthony Bourdain,
It's like a bushel.
been all over the world. You know, forget what his show was called, whatever. He's had all this food and everything. and he said Waffle House pecan waffles were better than waffles in Belgium, anywhere else he's been in the entire world. He said Waffle House pecan waffles, best in the whole freaking world. So there you go.
Okay.
It's not me saying it. It's Anthony Bourdain saying it. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, there it is, man.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Anybody else have anything going on this week notable to talk about?
I cooked ribs today.
Dude, Matt cooked ribs. Let's get into that. Let's talk a little bit about that ribs.
So the plan was I was going to throw some ribs down around 3 o'clock on my pellet smoker. It's a Green Mountain Grill pellet smoker that John found for me on Facebook Marketplace, and it was a good deal, whatever, some used one. So the plan was to start them at 3, have them done this evening, give my family a few, bring some over here, talk about the podcast. But the pellet smoker, it was just stuck at 90 degrees. And I didn't know that. Like, I turned it on, the temp went 90, 91, 92. I was like, okay, cool. Threw the ribs on, went back, did my work, went and picked up my kids, came back home, 90 degrees. Like, what the hell? And I can't figure out what's going on. I'm calling everybody, like, you ever had this kind of problems with your pellet smokers and everything? So I open up the pellet box. Well, the pellets look fine, but as I start digging them out, it's just all powdered pellets in there. So I think what happened is some of these pellets that has been sitting there a long time disintegrated, and I think the humidity hardened them again, and
you
it just
jammed your auger,
It was like
basically.
it basically it was so hard it turned into a particle board around the auger and just locked it up. So I spent a good 30 minutes with a knife just chiseling away, busting it all up, and finally got it knocked down enough, and so I can throw these ribs on around a little after 4 or something. Temperature starts going up. Boom, boom, boom. It's looking good. Okay. As soon as it hits 255, it won't go any higher. But it's just chewing through pellets. It's really just chewing through them, trying to get that temperature up.
Because you were set at 275.
Yeah, every 30 minutes, it's going through 2/3 of the box of pellets.
That's
Just
a lot of
burning
pellets.
through it. Yeah. And so then when it's about an hour, 45 minutes in, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go wrap these. I'm looking at them, and they're really pulled from the bone. I probe it. The ribs are 210 degrees. I'm like, what the hell? So I think the temperature probe, or whatever the probe is that checks the temperature to tell it how hot to make it.
Right, how much pellets to add.
It was
all
just,
that kind of
it
stuff.
must have, the whole thing must have been busted, and it was just going at 400 degrees to cook those ribs in less than 2 hours.
Right, it was just going at top temperature,
Yeah.
basically.
So we had 2-hour ribs today.
You heard it here, folks. We don't do 3-2-1. We're not doing the 2-2 method, right? It's not a 4-hour rib. It ain't a 5-hour rib
Not a 3-hour rib.
or
Hey.
6-hour rib. We're
Ain't
not busting
ain't
around
nobody
like
got
that.
time for that shit.
It's the 2 method.
It's the 1-1 1-1 method.
yeah.
No,
One.
you didn't even
I
wrap
know.
it, did you?
I wrapped it and just pulled it off and just let it sit. So it literally just sat on the pit for almost 2 hours, and that was it. Yep.
It's called the 2 method.
I'm gonna be honest, they weren't the worst ribs I've ever had.
No, they smell good.
Also not the best.
They were, yeah. They tasted like they were on a pellet smoker for 2 hours. That's what they taste like to me.
Oh, it's heartbreaking, really.
That
If it
is.
weren't for
It was.
the dry, crispy part on the bottom, they were pretty good.
Now, I did try. You had the far right side of the rib. I had a couple from the far left side of the rib, and they were much more tender, and there was nothing crispy about them. But that's funny because the part I had was closer to the firebox.
Well, we
But I
say
guess-
firebox, but really
I
there's
know,
no
really,
firebox. It's
Yeah, I'm going to say, Matt, before you leave today, please go over there and grab yourself a bottle of Sucklebusters.
This has been the barbecue fail of the
Before you
podcast.
leave, just take yourself a complimentary bottle of
I love it.
Sucklebusters, and Sucklebusters thanks you.
I think that was just the barbecue
Sure, I
god's
love
way of telling me
Sucklebusters.
not that I should just use my stick burner. I shouldn't have done the pellet.
right.
I was trying to do it while I was working, and I'll just set it, whatever. I'll have some ribs tonight. I don't have to watch them, whatever. No, it didn't work out.
I had kind of the opposite fail. I don't know if this is a term or not.
Okay.
It didn't fail or anything. So I have my my refrigerator in my living room.
Everyone has a living room fridge.
Everyone has a living room fridge. We did some remodeling. We got the new fridge. The old fridge is still in the living room. Hey, don't judge. So I loaded up with some meat. I had a tri-tip in there. I got a rack of ribs, various other things in there. And so today I was going to bust out the tri-tip, and I was going to do my little tri-tip cook. as we get prepared for the podcast, I opened it up, and I had one of these 1855 mineral waters.
It's like a HEB
Mineral
brand Topo
Wells.
Chico
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Exploded in there.
Oh, the glass?
Yeah.
Oh,
And so inside the refrigerator portion of it, everything's frozen. The rack of ribs, the freaking tri-tip.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Huh.
So weird.
that's weird.
So I
The hell?
cleaned up glass and I did a lot of stuff like that. But I'm like, how did it go from like just being this to that? Thank goodness we got a new fridge. So we're waiting to see if that holds pat or if that's something that we need to be concerned with. But anyways,
That's not
it's
good.
not really a fail, but it is a fail on my part because I wasn't able to bust that tri-tip out.
I mean, it is a fail.
Right.
Wow.
That's 2 fails.
Wow.
Do we have any other fails for us tonight, Matt?
Can let's
Are we saving these?
I would
I
say
wanna
we
save it a
did a
little bit
lot of
too.
fails.
Yeah,
in the
let's save
beginning.
it post beer review.
Okay.
Can we go?
Okay.
Can we go into the grab the brisket?
Beer review.
All right, so this is a pretty mainstream beer. This is Victoria Cerveceria Modelo Mexico. And it sounds like some of y'all have had this before. I never had this beer.
I've never had it either. I've seen it. I've never had it.
It's just
had
like
it. It's
a
been a long
Mexican
time.
beer. It's kind of
Yeah.
dark, though. It's not like a light Mexican beer.
Okay, I'm going to give this a
Did you get this beer at the gas
4%
station?
alcohol by
I
volume.
did.
Really, 4%?
Is that what it says?
Yeah, 4%.
I don't
Okay.
see that. Where does it say that?
The very back, very first line, under Victoria.
Wow, this should be a very easy drinking beer.
It should
Right.
be. Yeah,
Hmm.
it should be.
Go ahead and take a sip of that.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
go
just
ahead
going
and
to
take
call
a sip
that a
of
4.0 beer.
Are we ready to? No, come on. Listen, get into this
I'm
beer.
going to
real
take
quick.
a drink. I'm going to be serious, guys.
The taste of it, it's exactly what is the last beer we had that was in a green bottle and it was a little skunky? The
Yingling.
last one reviewed, huh?
Yingling was.
That was a
Yingling.
Yingling.
It tastes exactly like that.
It does.
Right?
Really?
Not going
Yeah.
to lie.
Yep, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. You taste it?
Yeah.
You savoring? It tastes like a skunky beer.
Yeah.
What's the date on this thing? January, best before January 2022. So this is how it's supposed to taste, I guess.
Nice.
I just picked this up today at the gas station.
Nice.
I mean, it's
Good.
not horrible.
It's a good
It's
beer.
just it's got a little flavor, got a little
Oh,
skunk on it.
little-
Well, which one of
skunk
y'all have
taste.
had this beer before?
I think
I've
I
never had
have,
it.
and I don't remember it tasting like this.
You raise
I'll
your
tell
hand.
that.
Nobody can see that.
Alex. We do have one Alex Perkins that have joined us now. So, Alex, go ahead and say hello to the people.
Celebrity
Hello
judge.
to the peoples.
There it is.
Does this taste like you remember it?
No, but the Yingling didn't either when I had it. So
Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. This is Victoria.
Yeah, it tastes different live.
4% alcohol by volume. Can I go first, or do we get somebody else?
Go for it.
Oh, it's a 3.9.
That bad, really?
It's that bad. I don't.
Wow.
I don't. I do not want to drink this beer ever again.
I think maybe if it was like maybe 6 or 8% alcohol, then you'd be like, all right, I might mess with this a little
maybe
bit.
I can get through it. I'm not drinking this. I
You're gonna
do it.
drink like maybe a 6-pack of
Get a
this
headache.
to get your headache.
Right.
Why? I'm not gonna. We're gonna make this shortest beer review ever.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not getting a lot of flavor either way on this thing.
I'm gonna go a solid
No,
4.
it's not. It's skunky, no flavor. Skunky water almost.
4.0.
This is like
Okay.
every beer I've ever had that comes in a green bottle.
Really?
It just tastes like all of them. And it's just
Rolling
skunky.
Rock.
Also, this is not a green bottle. Just
And it's
so-
a brown
so the
bottle,
folks
yeah.
know,
It just tastes like
it should not though.
Yeah,
be.
Rolling Rock, a skunked out Dos Equis,
Yeah, what's the other one that everybody like?
Heineken.
Heineken. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
The
it's so
Buddha
bad.
beer. They all
Yeah.
taste the exact same.
Dude, there's nobody in this world that would drink a Heineken and come down here to Texas and try a freaking, just even a Lone Star and say that, oh no, Heineken is superior.
Heineken is garbage.
Ugh.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Well, that's what their sales have plummeted. It used to be one of the highest rated brands out there. I don't think your sales are really that good anymore.
I don't know anybody who drinks Heineken. Well, I know one guy at work that drinks Heineken, but
Oh,
Is he,
is he taste impaired?
is he trustworthy?
Is he stupid?
no, he's a pretty good guy.
Okay. Just checking.
We like him.
Is he taste impaired?
I would say no.
If you eat lunch with him, you pour like a bunch of salt and shit on it. And you're like, hey, You shouldn't put salt on top of your chips, man.
There's too much salt and
Those are Lay's potato chips.
there's too much salt and freaking salsa you're putting on there.
Pull a Jerry Jones.
Do
with
you
his,
have COVID?
McDonald's.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Do you
right.
have COVID?
Yeah. Can you taste or smell anything?
So I'm going to give this one a 3.3.
Wow, you guys
very
really hate
specific.
this.
It's not a good
Yeah,
beer.
it's not good.
My initial thought was 3.7, and when I blurted it out, I said 3.9. I really meant 3.7, but I have to go with 3.9 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think, John?
I don't hate it as much as you guys. Like it's just
You
okay
just
to
like
me.
every beer.
It's true. I do like every beer, but
Jeez.
I'm not getting as much of the skunky as you guys are. It's
Yeah.
just to me, it's just not
just
a lot
no
of flavor. Yeah,
Johnson
yeah.
has sales mode. It's like
You're
Victoria
right.
might reach out to us and be a sponsor. of
No,
the
they
show.
won't.
But if they do,
But to be honest
I'm
with
deleting
you,
this episode.
But this might be the best review they've gotten.
hey, to be honest with you are right, though. I don't really taste the skunkiness to this. I do taste no flavor.
That's
and,
what I'm
and
thinking.
there is a skunkiness to it, but it's not like overly skunky or whatever else.
A little bit, yeah. There's a little bit something there.
There's something there, but other than that, it's just a neutral nothing.
Right.
I have a
right?
good comparison for our listeners. I'm drinking Michelob Ultras tonight, and I think these Michelob Ultras have more flavor than this Victoria does.
Ooh, that's saying
Ooh, that's
something.
saying something.
I
right
put
there.
this Victoria aside. I'm like, let me just go back to this Mick Ultra.
Well,
How many carbs is this, Victoria? Are they touting as a low carb beer?
I don't
Maybe
think
it's
so.
like one carb.
as dark as this beer is, because it's kind of dark.
Would
Is
it?
it?
cha-
I mean,
would
it's
it-
in
it
a
can't
it's in
be
a
a
brown.
low carb.
Oh,
would
you
it
poured
would it
on
change
top,
your
yeah.
perspective if this was a one carb or no carb beer?
13.2
It wouldn't
carbs.
change your perspective on
It's
the flavor.
13 carbs.
It would
13
change
carbs.
maybe
James?
if you would drink it or not.
Did you hear that?
13
13
carbs.
carbs.
Dude, that's like
It's on the back right here.
4 Coors Lights.
For me, this is such a neutral beer. I'm going to give it a 4.9. I'm going to say it's just under average.
It's
just
extremely
It's just
generous.
okay. It's just fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
Aldan, come give the people your score.
Well, Alex is on here. He's already had it. What do you think, Alex?
I was not near as low as y'all. I feel like I should lower my score.
No,
But
no, don't let it sway you.
Go with your heart, brother.
I was going to 6.3. It's
Really?
It's not
6.3.
horrible.
See, I
What
should
is
let
what
him
is
go
six-
first because I
what is
probably would have
six-
went higher.
What is 6 in our screen? Isn't that good?
6 is
6
good.
is good.
Yeah.
Do you feel
You're
like this is a
saying
good
it's
beer?
a good beer.
Yeah, it's a good beer. He
It's
drinks.
okay.
He would drink
It's
it.
okay. I would,
Yeah.
I think that might.
I wouldn't
If
drink
it's
it all
okay,
day, but-
that's more like 5 range.
No, he's saying 6.3. He's saying it's on the low end of
Okay.
good.
All right.
It's fine.
I also like Yingling, and y'all hate that too.
I don't know what Alden's doing.
Alden's
He's
giving the 3.5.
35. He's saying it's a 35.
3.5.
I don't know. Okay.
We like Yingling.
I love Yingling.
if
but
we
that
can get
last
it
time,
fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had Yinglings be a lot better than the last one.
But I do see
Still
our
have a case and a half.
did you
left
see
in
the
garage.
our
Ram-
establishment over here, not too far from us, is starting to have that in a keg.
Who is?
What? Who? What?
Stadia.
Stadia.
Stadia
Oh
has
my
Yingling?
God.
So
Has in a
I
keg.
watched that. I saw that Ram was doing like the whole Yingling toast and everything else.
I've seen several bars with it now.
Yeah.
Speaking of Yingling, apparently everybody in
Whoa.
Pearland ordered 1 keg apiece. So nobody has Yingling right now.
Really?
Yeah, once it's gone, it was gone.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
They're
Yeah,
like,
give us 1 keg. Boop, gone.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that worked out.
And it
for
went
us.
fast.
these folks
Yeah.
west of Mississippi will not like Yingling, so we'll send them 1 keg apiece.
Right.
Yeah.
Shit.
Apparently, the
Little
only
did they
place
know.
that still had some, from what I heard the other day, was Pizza Lounge.
What?
So, yeah.
I think I've only been in there once.
See what you do is you
Exactly.
when you get that keg next
I like
time,
Pizza
I
Lounge.
think I've been
I do
once or
too.
twice.
You hold off
it's
on it.
good.
I like the people there.
stick it
Like Randy. Randy's cool.
the cooler and let it wait for like until everybody goes dry. And you go,
Charge triple.
hey guys, we got Yingling, but it's at a premium price. I'm sorry guys, I'm just passing the costs off to you. I mean that's how it. I have to pay a
$7.
premium
Right.
price
So
for
it's
it.
supply and demand.
If you guys want to pay $7 for a pint, I'm sorry, I don't want to charge you this. If you want to drink a Bud Light or a Coors Light or whatever, here you go.
Right. Yeah,
I'm calling Ram after this. I have 2 cases left in the garage.
we were at Stadia Sunday, and they didn't have the tap of Yingling on there anymore because they can't just be waiting that long to put something else out there for somebody else to drink. So they had to fill it up with something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to put beer out.
Got to put beer out for sure. So.
So
If
what
it's
was
a
your
novelty
score, Alden?
thing.
Another Mexican beer, man, 3.5. I don't like any Mexican beers. They all taste the same to me.
Negro Modelo?
I-
That's probably one of my favorites.
I was a 3.9. James, you were a 4.0.
4.9.
I think it was a 3.3. 3, I think what I said.
3-4, 3-3. So
Yeah.
Mexican beer is about the only thing I know that doesn't taste any better with lime, which is crazy.
Huh.
Right, most people put lime in their Mexican
Exactly.
beers.
And it doesn't taste any better with lime. That's just how bad I just don't like Mexican beers. They're horrible. Maybe it's because they come in bottles all the time. I'm a
Aldan
can
has
drinker.
spoken.
Yeah, I'm a
Right.
can drinker. So
All right.
there it is.
It is what it is.
And this
That concludes the-
grabbing the brisket.
You know, I like the fact that we intro with it, we outro with it.
We just give the people what they want.
Right.
That's what it
But
is.
Are you salty
maybe we
that
should
we're
put it
keep-
out there. Do they want this?
They do.
Yeah,
want
they
it.
do. They want it.
It's unanimous.
They're
Really?
singing along.
They have no choice.
It's
They're
true. They're
singing
all
along.
like,
They don't know.
they're in their car, popping their heads.
Everybody's,
love
they're
it.
all doing it with this.
Yeah, I don't know. I would hope so.
Maybe
I would,
at one
I
point
would-
we can maybe
yeah.
tone down, maybe try to harmonize a little bit.
No,
Nope.
screw that.
Nope.
Instead
The
of
worse
everybody
we
just
are, the better.
get into their microphone, just like scream it.
I definitely back away, but yeah, Matt definitely gets right up in there.
Who does? What? Huh?
What? Pull the mic out of your
I do
mouth.
sound great, don't I?
Say Hoda.
Right up in there. I don't know. I feel like all the listeners, they sing along with the intro and they sing along with the beer review jingle. Right?
I think they do. Yeah.
Sure, 100%. All the fans.
Whatever we
do.
tell ourselves, really.
But we digress, and we're moving along.
We gotta move along.
So today was back to school.
Back to school.
I pulled up at 3:15 to pick my kid up from school, which is what time they say kids get out of school. And I get it. There's going to be a line. It's the first day. I pulled away with my kid at 4:20. It was over an hour to get my kid.
Dang.
I'm like, you walk home now,
I told him, you have 2 more days. If it goes like this, you're going to be a walker.
Yeah.
right? Or ride the bus.
Right. Well, that's what he said. He said, I'm not walking. I'll ride the bus. So whatever.
Yeah,
I'm not sitting in
Sounds
this
good to
line
me.
again.
See, I knew better, and our pickup is 3:15, and I showed up at 3:50.
Wow.
And
You're that dad.
I still waited like 20 minutes to get my
Right.
kid.
Well, you know,
That means
so
you
Lily's
go
out
at
at
5:20.
2:50.
Yeah.
250?
2:50.
Huh. Well, wait. She goes to Pearland. Okay.
Yeah, shut at 2:50 there.
Okay.
So I was like,
Yeah, Luke got out at 2:35.
Well, that sucks. I'm kind of the opposite. Now, my daughter is riding the bus this year.
Oh, really?
So, hitting it before, hitting it after, great. I was right there with you, waiting in line for like 20 to 30 to 40 minutes in line to swing in and pick her up. Because the earlier you get there, the longer you have to wait.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay. But she's riding the bus now, so everything's
I did the
working
same
out.
thing. We signed our kids to ride up for the bus, and on their website, they have our bus number our kids are assigned to, and like, now we don't have any record of your kids being on the bus. I'm like, well, you have a bus number for them. Like, sorry, you have to pick them up.
Really?
So, yeah. So I don't know when I'm like and it costs like $70 a month for both my
Yeah,
kids
it's crazy.
to ride the bus.
It's like $600
when I was
a
a
year.
kid, I mean, I'm not that old, but I had to pay a dime to ride the bus to go to school when I was a kid in elementary school.
Uphill both ways.
Every time you got on the bus, they had a little coin canister, and you had to drop a dime in there to take the bus to school.
Really?
That was $70 a month.
Dude,
I saw that.
rain, snow, or shine. I mean, it is what it is. Up both ways. I mean,
Yeah, no shoes.
our grandpas had to go through that.
But as far as I know, I'm the only one. I thought that was normal, and everyone was like, I've never ever paid to ride the school bus. Nobody I know has ever done that.
My
but when I
parents
was a
may
kid,
have
we had to
paid,
do
but
that.
I never dropped change in. Like, were you taking public transportation? What are you doing?
This was in Hawaii in elementary school. I was there like kindergarten to second grade, and you had to pay a dime to get on the bus every day.
Freaking Hawaii.
Have you seen there's like a shortage in school bus drivers?
Oh, maybe that's
and
why we
in
have to
some
pay
states,
so much.
they're paying parents
To-
like $700 for the year to take your own kid to school.
Oh, damn.
I will do that. Well,
$700
no, I
a
won't
year,
do that.
divide that by
Still
12.
not
Yeah.
I ain't doing
Yeah,
that.
maybe a month.
My kids have never
I
rode the
mean,
bus.
how many rides a bus?
Hey.
700 times about 20,
It's not worth it.
30 kids. I'm like, get in the bus, shut the hell up, sit down, strap in, let's go.
No, it's not the way it works. Just take your kid.
Hell, I was the
Okay.
bus in our neighborhood for a while, taking all the kids to school.
Okay.
I mean, if you could get like
And it
eight
got to
other
where I had
parents
so
to do
many,
that.
like I had to make 2 trips.
I'm sorry. When you said
Like-
you were the bus, I was just.
That's
okay,
weird.
that's
I'd be like, hey,
good.
listen, I'm making 2 trips now. I can't take you on. You're like, nope, I got you.
Well, I was going to 2 different schools, so I would take
Okay.
Riley and some kids there, come back, get Paisley.
Yeah,
take some other ones.
I've done that. I mean, I've I've come over here like when it's raining or whatever else, storming outside. I've pulled out of the street with Lily, and then I turn around and I'm like, how does Madison get into school today? She's like, I don't know. Let me see. So Madison's waiting. She's gonna be waiting for the bus. I'm like, no, I'll just pick her up. So I'd pull up in the driveway and call Aldan or call Manny, like, hey, tell your kid to come outside. I'm gonna take her to school today. So then I wish you have to stand at the bus stop, get rained on or whatever.
Yeah.
What if it was like prison rules? If you're a bus driver, I'm sorry, I don't mean to go off on a tangent here. But what if it was like prison rules for a bus driver? So, and I'm thinking more high school kids. Mm-hmm. They all load up, and now the bus driver's like, I got to size up the biggest kid here. Like,
well, why does he have to do that?
Wait, the bus driver's
I'm gonna like, hey, you're not gonna act up on my bus. And I'm
kids don't
I'm
act
not
up
saying
anymore.
you're doing violence on a kid or anything like that.
Sounds like that's
I would
what you're
never
saying.
see
Yeah,
that.
that's
No,
what he's saying.
good
That's what he's
Lord.
saying.
Yeah, definitely
He's
saying
saying
that.
like MMA. Listen, kids don't act up anymore like we used to act up. We were bad.
Right, they're all staring at their phones.
We throw a book at her while she was driving.
A book at her?
That is
Book
true.
at her.
Oh.
We did stupid shit.
They do have their phones.
They got cameras now, man.
You take their phones
You
away.
can't fuck around on a
Now
bus.
it's just like,
They ain't got shit to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we used to get off the bus. People would try to pelt each other with apples when they got off the bus.
What are you guys doing in Hawaii?
dude,
No, this
Matt's,
was in Texas.
Matt's
I
dropping
thought
like
it'd
be
dimes.
pineapples.
He's dropping dimes in like bins
Right,
and
throwing coconuts.
throwing coconuts at people.
I don't know. Everybody's gonna be
Pineapples.
paranoid. I wonder if it was like the bus driver's like, I'm making money on this. Give me my tip. I want a dime.
Right, yeah. It was a mason jar. They were like,
Yeah, jingling every time you get
jingling.
on.
Tens.
He went and bought a 40 after you dropped it
Bus
off
driver's
like-
with all his dimes.
I don't give a shit what you do. Just don't get me in trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
Most of our bus drivers were like coaches or something.
Yeah, we didn't. We had we had some good ones, some fun ones, and then growing up as a kid, then we had some ones that were like so mean. Like you would give a little bit of bullshit, and they would take it to a whole new level, right? You would do something just small and like chewing gum at like the last row of the bus. Nobody's ever going to see you. Lady would freaking pull over and make you come to the front of the bus and go, "Is that gum in your mouth?" You're like, "Yeah." Like, spit it out. You're like, dude, we're hot. We're sweating here on a bus trying to go home, and you're worried about the gum I'm eating. Okay, fine. So this happened to me. So I'm sorry. This happened to me. So I spit it on her. I just like spit it out, and it hit her in the hand, and she caught
didn't
it.
like that, huh?
She didn't like it. She caught it, but then she threw it away, and then she had her hand by my mouth. So I asked her, "Guess what you're supposed to do? Like spit it out at her." So I did that, but then after that, I had to sit up front for like a long time. That sucked.
I'd be interested to know. I mean, I grew up in a small town. Y'all grew up in a smaller town than I did.
Yeah, we didn't have a
Why
bus.
don't y'all's lazy asses walk like I did?
We didn't have a bus.
Or ride a bike.
That's what we had to do.
rode bikes.
There was no bus that went around and picked anybody up.
I rode the bus 1 year. That was it.
No. And,
Never
first time I
rode a
rode a
bus.
bus was when I came here to Pearland.
Yeah,
Seventh
the only
grade.
time I was in a bus was when we were either going on band trips or playing athletics.
That's same with
That
us.
was it.
Same
Yeah.
with us.
Or field trips.
I don't ever remember being on a bus
Boy,
before that.
third
Do you?
grade,
Yeah.
when we go on field trips to like, when Denver City, you go on field trip, you're going to look at like a fucking cow pasture basically with a bunch of cows, and they let these motherfuckers. They go in there and they show you how they suck on your finger and other shit like that.
Explain
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much.
Wait, what?
Do what?
What is that?
Other
What?
stuff.
Yeah,
What?
nipples in general.
Wait,
I
what?
don't
I'm
know
sorry?
what it means.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yes, but
What kind of school did you go to?
Okay. That's weird.
This
Catholics.
podcast
Oh,
just
okay.
became X-rated.
Right. Just kidding.
Hey, cow, suck my nipple.
Hey,
But no, I mean that would be our field trips. I mean, we had nowhere else
weird.
to
It
go in
feels
Denver
weird.
City. I mean,
Hey, Greg, I
Hey,
have
let me tell
nipples.
you
Can
what.
you milk me?
My first bus experience, very first time ride a bus, 7th grade. I get on the bus, and like all this, it was a bus that held like high school and junior high kids together, right? So they were going to multiple schools, whatever, 2 schools, however it went, right?
Did you get off on the wrong stop?
So let me tell you, I walked to the very, very back of the bus, and this girl was looking at me, and she's like, "Are you retarded or something? Like, you shouldn't be back here, right?" And I was like, "Why not?" You know? And she's like, I was so nervous, right? Because I was nervous. I'm nervous about meeting any kids. I didn't know any kids.
I was
Right?
going
We
to
didn't
ask
know
if her
anybody.
name was Dorothy Harris because
Right?
she
Should
would
have
have been the bus driver.
Yeah, I know. No, she's like, are you? What's wrong with you? You know, this is for upperclassmen or whatever. I was like, I am an upperclassman. And she was like, what? Are you serious? I was like, yeah. She's like, are you a senior? I was like, yeah, I am a senior. And I'm looking at her, talking to her, but I don't know what's coming out of my mouth. I'm not meaning to say any of that shit. And I'm just like looking at her, and she was like, oh my God. And she's telling everybody in the back, right? But mind you, James, he sat up in the front where you should have sat, right?
He's the smart one.
Right. So they're like, oh, what is your name? Blah, blah. How old are you? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm 12, you know? Like, holy crap. So we get to the thing, and I'm sitting back there, and I'm looking, and I'm like, I don't really know what school we're... Because we went to one school already, and I was like, obviously not getting off those kids. So we go to another school, and I'm watching kids get off the bus. I don't know how she get off. I'm talking to these kids and these older kids, whatever, and I'm looking out the window, and I'm like, that's my brother.
James got off the bus.
That's my brother right there. Holy shit, I fucked up. I fucked up. What do I do? So the bus starts taking off.
Did he wave at you?
Huh? The bus,
As
James
you're leaving?
James is looking around for me. He's
I'm
like,
like, I got off.
Jan?
I'm like, where's Shannon?
So the bus starts running up, and I'm like, I stand up and I run all the way to the thing. I was like, oh, stop the bus. And like, we're like pulling out, and the guy's like, what are you doing, dude? Like, he was like a cool guy too. I think he was like a stoner or something. But he was like,
Was he like the bus driver from The
he
Simpsons?
was like, dude, get the
Probably.
get
No, it was
the
Chris Farley from Billy Madison, man.
Get the
Come on.
freak off the bus, man. I was like, I come running up. I was like, holy crap, I almost went to high school. That was crazy. Oh, man. So I had no idea what to think about riding a bus.
You start getting off there and start roaming around high school.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had a buddy.
Just chilling.
It was after we'd graduated. They were out at this private lake, and the bus would go around. So they'd been up all night drinking. So the bus starts going around. So he thinks it'd be funny to, like, go get on the bus. I mean,
That's how you turn into like you had to register somewhere.
well, he's like, I don't know, 20 or whatever. So he grabs a backpack that he finds in the back of his buddy's car and goes and stands by the bus still. He's thinking, he's going to get on there, ride to the next bus stop, and get off. Well, they don't pick him up. Like, they lost him. So he rides. He goes from there, goes to another bus stop, another one. Ends up going by, like, the different schools. Because it was like everybody rode the same bus, like elementary through high school.
Yeah.
So he goes by elementary, then like middle school, junior high, and he finally gets off at the high school, like with the backpack, and he's like looking around, like, where are they? Are they like gonna pick me up?
Like their buddies?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
and I think they eventually found him at the high school, but like
Just roaming around.
Yeah, he'd been up all night drinking.
That's so funny.
I have no remorse for that little bastard. He didn't do it in fucking California like I did.
Well, yeah, you circled around the airport for days.
Right. Right.
Only the bus stop I was waiting on was an Airbus.
Yeah. That's how many times you ride that tram?
A lot.
A lot. Around and
nothing else
around
to
she
do.
goes.
It was free.
Yeah. You're like, something to do.
all right.
That's all there was to do.
Let's talk a little bit about. So I know we had discussed, me and John, and we had brought up a topic about like school lunches, snacks, back to school. So let me ask you to get the best snack that you or your moms could have packed for you going to. Well, what snack are you bringing to school? Because there's all sorts of trading going on, right? Mm-hmm. You're trading something like you got that one kid that just like his mom just packs like a bunch of carrots and fruits and stuff like that. It's like,
poor kid.
Sucker.
yeah, dude, I
Yeah.
would trade you lunch money for what?
Right.
So I mean, what
When
do you
I
guys
was
bring?
growing up, it was either Dunkaroos or it was like either fruit roll-ups or fruit by the foot or any of those kind of things. Those were the things that everybody wanted in my school.
What grade did y'all stop trading or taking your lunchbox for one?
Never.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I brought a
high
lunch every
school.
day.
I think high school stopped.
I did not, yeah.
What?
No.
I would bring a lunch
had
and I would
food-
eat it in the class before lunch, and then at lunch I would go buy a lunch and eat that
I
lunch too.
barely remember taking a lunchbox to school.
Well, I had a lunch bag.
I think
but,
I
yeah.
stopped in junior high, but for me, it was the home run pie. You guys have home run pies?
Is that like the one that's
Like
like
a
in the
mud pie?
pouch? It's like,
like a
a
moon pie?
rectangle thing, or what?
Yeah, it's like a little rectangle.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah.
they'd have like apple or
Party at
chocolate
the
or
Moon
whatever
Tower?
it was. It was called a home run pie, but there's different brands. It's just like a little hand pie.
I don't think we call them home
I don't know
run
what that
pies
is.
here,
Like,
but
is that
I've
like a
eaten
chocolate
those
pie,
before.
or what is
Never even
that?
heard of that.
I think like Hostess makes them.
It'd be like a
like
moon,
Hostess.
like
the,
a moon
the
pie.
gas station has them. It's just like a rectangle little pie thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's
the
like
brand that we
frosting
had
around
out there
it.
was called Home Run, but they would do
Yeah.
every
Was it like
flavor
a
you could
fried
think
pie?
of.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
try those things
basically.
up.
Basically.
I would try
But it
those
was-
things
Not
up.
a moon pie.
We didn't really
the
have
yellow
that.
ones?
did
No,
we?
not like a moon
Circular
pie.
ones.
No.
Like I tell you, like a Nutter Butter
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Nutter
Nutter
Butters
Butters for
yeah.
shit,
was
dude.
something that you were like, yes, please.
You bust out a
Yeah.
I
Nutter
didn't know
Butter at
you
the
were
table,
rich.
dude. People are like looking
Got
at you
money?
like, all right, dude. Hey, I'm willing to go like 2 days. I'll give
Swiss
you
rolls.
today and tomorrow.
Yeah, see, I remember
that
the
Nutter Butter.
snacks to us, you had to pay quarters. Hot Funyuns were way before Hot Cheetos ever came out. I remember being in 4th grade, buying for 25 cents a little bag of Hot Funyuns.
Oh wow.
Of course, we had bagged milk as well. Y'all know that, but
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I guess I grew up a little bit different.
Y'all had some weird
We
shit
didn't.
out
So
there in West Texas.
James and I,
Maybe.
we didn't bring her. Even when we were in elementary, we didn't bring our
I didn't either.
our thing to school. We ate at school, but we had a really good kitchen. They made fresh food, a scratch kitchen.
Yeah, small town lunches
It's
were a
badass.
little bit different from.
You could get really good food. But on the days we didn't eat there, we could walk off campus. In the 2nd grade, we could walk off campus, and we could go to a gas station called Lavera's. We would heat up our own pizzas. Right? We buy pizza for $1.50, and we heat up in their microwave on their little thing. And we'd go stand outside by the street, by a bridge,
Yeah.
whatever, and we
or you
eat
can get
it.
a sandwich. You can get a sandwich there as well.
Sandwich.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Really good.
You eat it and then you walk back to class in 2nd grade. Like,
Open
They didn't
campus.
say shit
Yeah,
to you.
no
Yeah.
closed campus in elementary
Open
school.
campus
right.
as a 7-year-old. I didn't get open campus until we got into what we call intermediate, which would have been 4th, 5th, and 6th. Then it was open campus. Then you could walk across to a little place, but not in elementary.
Yeah, you say whatever. It don't matter. There's only 12 of us.
I would have bought all of this is true.
I had
Yeah,
like
we're a lot
100.
smaller.
I had like 1,200 people in my graduating class.
Jeez,
oh,
Louise.
ours was like,
Huge.
I think graduating class was like 6.
Wow.
God.
I was 100.
Ours was
101.
12.
Yeah.
Our class would have been 12.
Our class would have been 12.
but we
yes.
made it 12. Think about that for a second.
Right.
When we left, it was 10.
Exactly.
That's crazy that you knew everyone in your class, and like in my school, like you didn't know a majority of the people at your school.
Yeah, I didn't know
You know what I
majority
mean?
of
There's
our-
so many
Yeah,
people
we
there.
knew everybody in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th.
I think we had like maybe 300 in our graduating class.
Wow.
Something like that.
I knew basically, not that I knew them, but I knew of basically everybody in the entire high school when I graduated.
That's crazy. I
and
can't
it's,
even
it's
imagine
less than
that.
500 people.
Yeah.
But in the entire, this is a 3A school though. These guys, they were tiny school.
Well, yeah, but so we actually graduated from Pearland, which graduating class from Pearland
Right,
was,
right. Which when y'all are in,
was like
yeah.
500. For something, 500 was here.
Ours was about 500.
So
I'll tell you when I was.
That was
I
almost
went,
our whole high school.
I knew most everybody.
I went to the Woodlands High School. It was the 2nd richest parking lot in the United States, behind Beverly Hills. That was my school.
Really?
Now I was included. I didn't live in the Woodlands. I lived right next to it in Shenandoah.
Okay.
But
See where
yeah,
this is going.
I'd be interested to know, did the band march there? Or do they
Band?
have to, yeah, because usually the band marches in the school parking lots when they're
yes,
practicing
they
and
did all
shit.
that. Yeah,
Okay.
I was the kid though who never went to the prep rallies. I stayed in the cafeteria with all the other
Ah.
punk kids who refused to have any school spirit.
That's why you like Iron
playing
Maiden.
Magic the Gathering.
No, I played poker.
Yeah. He likes Iron Maiden, so this should tell you all you need to know about Matt Sorry.
Hey, I didn't like it back then. I
What?
discovered it after high school.
Oh,
Thank you very
okay.
much. Yeah.
What?
Nice.
What?
Iron Maiden,
Hmm.
metal music. I didn't become a fan until after that. Yeah.
Nice.
Fair enough.
All right, can we let's reel it back into a little bit of the food talk.
Boom.
So I came across an article, and me and John were kicking it back a little bit this week here. So this one comes from it's like Tyla, Tayla, Tayla,
Taylor.
Tayla, Mariner. So this is an article from NewsHub.com. So school lunches are a big deal right now. So apparently all the hustle and bustle that was going on, getting her kid ready, up and at 'em, getting dressed. She's like, hey, Billy, go into the fridge and get your sack, get your lunch, and let's go. Load up. I'm late. I have to be at work in like 10 minutes. Why are you doing this? I don't even know what the conversation was. I'm just ad-libbing. So kid grabs his lunch, boom, drops it off at school. Everything's great. She goes to work or back home. I don't even know what she was doing. All of a sudden, it's like, ring, ring. School calls up the mom. It's like, hey, I just want to let you know that Billy, his lunch consisted of 3 raw sausages.
He took like the meat, the butcher's
Yeah.
thing.
Grabbed the wrong sack.
He
Apparently.
took like the wrong sack, so it's like 3 raw butcher cut sausages that he
talking breakfast
took.
sausage?
Hey, first of all, lady, you don't know. It's been smoked already.
Don't you
okay?
tell me how to raise my son.
Just because it's in the package doesn't mean it hasn't been smoked. It's been cured. Don't worry about it.
Right.
I know what's
Where-
good for my
You
boy.
got a kitchen? Throw it in.
Where's the grill? I imagine the
Throw it
kid
on the
just going
grill.
up to the kitchen and going to the teacher's like, you got a grill around here or something? Let me just fire this thing up a little bit. I don't know.
I mean, I would
Wow,
ask,
and, like,
could
sling
this
blades.
sausage
That's
possibly
definitely
have
a
been
mom
chorizo?
fell,
Yeah.
right?
And, I don't
Parent
know.
fell.
Some
Yeah.
people call chorizo sausage, so at that point, you definitely don't want to eat it raw.
I thought chorizo was just sausage that had spice in it.
Well,
sure?
kind of.
It's
I'm
pork.
pretty sure that's all it is.
It's
just-
pork with spice and whatever else.
Yeah,
but
it's
still-
just sausage with Mexican
All
spices.
the spice. But still, you don't want to eat that raw.
no, no.
You
No,
can
but a-
never cure chorizo.
But a smoked sausage, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Right. And that
not
leads
the
me
same.
to believe to ask you guys, what in school lunches were you just like, I look forward to this? What was that one deal, one meal,
Stromboli was pretty good.
the Stromboli?
Yeah, Stromboli?
Did we get a Pizza Hut
The
in our school
square,
one
the
time?
square
I don't
pizza.
Eventually in high school, we
Yeah.
got a Pizza Hut.
So we actually got a Pizza Hut in our high school
Wow.
one time. So that was pretty good. But I liked
The bean burritos were always good.
in elementary. We had pigs in a blanket.
Yeah.
They were the bomb. They were so good.
In elementary, it was always the pizza for me. By the time I got to high school, they had the different cafeteria snack bars, whatever.
Yeah.
One of them had this burrito. It was like a spicy burrito. I don't know what the hell was in it. It was just red, I don't know, spicy mush in the middle. It was about 1.5 feet long, though. You hit the spot every time. I don't know what the hell was in it.
I grew up when I was a kid up until 5th grade. I grew up on military housing, and I remember all the lunches were like awesome. They're really good. And every so often, they would have a milkshake, and that was the one thing. Like it was like a
In school?
a milkshake at
Louise.
school, and everybody looked forward to that. That was like the thing. And then my dad retired from the military, moved to Texas, and then all the lunches just kind of sucked.
Yeah.
What'd you drink with your lunch?
We had an ice
otherwise?
cream bar in ours.
My
High
milkshake?
school.
Yeah, Lord.
No,
Yeah, we had an
otherwise.
ice cream bar.
Oh,
Remember that?
Apparently our high school
I think it was a
sucked.
soda.
I didn't
We had,
remember that.
we had
talking
Hot
about high school?
Pockets.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever.
I
I
wasn't
never ate
the
my
best
high
thing.
school
I wasn't
cafeteria.
mad at the
Not
chicken
once.
sandwiches they put
Not
out there.
once.
I ate the shit out of those chicken sandwiches
Chicken
they put out
sandwiches
there.
are good. I used to
Yeah.
eat those. We had chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, gravy.
Wow.
I didn't even eat lunch in high school. Just save my lunch money.
Yeah, and eventually I think that
My
Pizza
money.
Hut and Taco Bell,
Buying some drugs.
one
I
of those
used it
two
for
kind of
stereo
moved in.
equipment.
I'm sure nowadays some of these schools you can sit there and pick up Chick-fil-A. I don't know, but
That's what I used to do. I used to actually leave. I had this little pass to leave. I used to leave and just go pick up food. And I'd bring it to the front office. I'd bring them food, hand them like sandwiches and whatever, and I'd be gone for 2 hours. And then they would give me a little pass to go back to class. And like I took 2 hour lunches like probably at least 2 or 3 days a week.
We were,
I loved
dude,
it.
always
my senior
remember,
year,
like,
I loved
if
it.
I can
That's why you ended up in
slide,
sales.
Probably.
yeah, if
We
I
weren't-
can
we
if I
weren't
can
allowed to
slide
leave.
these guys a couple chicken
No, we weren't either.
sandwiches,
Yeah,
boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so weird to me. I never ate lunch one time. I don't think in my high school years in the cafeteria.
Wow,
Not once.
crazy.
Go out. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, we weren't allowed in
Or-
my high
or
school.
home.
We couldn't
My
go
mom-
out.
My
You
mom
couldn't
cooked some bomb
couldn't
ass
either.
food.
We had a
Yeah.
Pizza Hut right
I
next
I
door.
was
was-
go home.
We didn't have any pizza.
You know where Emma's is, right?
Mhm.
Well, it was
So-
next door. It wasn't in the school.
I was at Emma's. It used to be Melly's, same owner, same family though. I was there drinking beer as a senior with a group of teachers sitting next to me. They were having margaritas. I walked over and said hello with a beer in my hand in the middle of a restaurant.
They're
At
probably
lunchtime.
drinking because they just had you in class like this son of a bitch, and now he's here drinking with me.
They
So-
thought I graduated already, and I was like, "No, I ain't graduated. I was like, I'm graduating.
I'm in your class.
I was like, no, you're my counselor. She's like, she's
Can I
looking at me.
get you
She's
ladies
like,
another drink?
Okay. And I was like, cheers, ladies. Put my hand up. Nobody wanted to cheers. They were like, shit. Well, I'm driving back to school drinking, and they've already been drinking too, so
That's great.
they weren't happy.
They're like,
That's
if you don't tell, we won't tell.
Basically, yeah.
This never happened.
That goes to so tying into the beginning, talking about the very first day of school and the alarm popping off, and everybody in their crispy clothes and their brand new stuff with tags on it that they're just busting out, waiting to show.
New shoes.
Day 2 is a little different.
Yeah.
Day 2, that newness is already maybe day
2 is like,
You still got new shit.
I got another
That
outfit
is-
to wear.
that is
Yeah.
true.
And you
But
still got
we-
new classes.
We
for
got
the
2
most part,
days, and then we're going into the weekend. So, a couple of days that wears off.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Until-
for sure.
That alarm clock hits, and everybody's like, "I don't want to get up."
Oh,
Exactly.
summer's
Like,
over.
no, hey.
That's when summer's over.
That's
This
what I like
is the
about
time these
Pearland.
grades start counting.
I like how Pearland does it here because they start during the middle of the week. Well, it used to be Thursday, Friday, and you're off for the weekend. This year they did Wednesday, which probably trying to get an extra day in. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But again, you're only going to school for 3 days, and then you have the weekend to like, oh, I did 3 days. That was enough. And now mentally you're more ready to go into a full week or something.
Yeah.
Most schools, they start on Mondays.
That's what we did.
Monday you start, you're going to school all week.
Yeah. There's a lot of schools started today. Houston HISD hadn't started today. My oldest, who, y'all know who she is.
Yeah.
She started today. She finishes this week, and then she starts a different high school or junior high Monday. So she gets 2 times to start
There it
2
is.
different schools. So
Well, I asked Luke today what he had for lunch because he bought his lunch today. He had an Uncrustables peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a bag of chips.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, what? Why didn't you get like the pizza or something? He said, I don't know. That's just what I got. Whatever, man.
Another weird thing, school related. So in Hawaii, I was talking about paying the dime to ride the bus. Also in Hawaii, at Wednesday, it was early release every Wednesday. They got out like 1 o'clock. I have no idea why. I've never heard of anybody else who ever did that either. But every Wednesday, school released at 1.
That is
Don't ask
weird.
why.
They were
Hawaii's
surfing or
so
something.
good.
I need to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
I'll pay a dime to
Except
ride the
that
bus for
dime,
that.
right?
Right.
I'd
You know
rather
we have
get
to
out
pay
early
here?
on Friday.
Hey, and here we pay like $60 a month
Yeah.
for the
70
kids
for my 2 kids, yeah.
to ride the bus. And for one kid.
In Hawaii, though, I think they're winning.
Yeah.
Speaking of winning, I think we have a barbecue win.
Are you ready for this?
I think we're ready.
Okay. This is from Grill Iron Dad. He said, here goes. I've been smoking for about 13 years on this very modest Brinkman smoker. What's a Brinkman smoker? I'm not
Yeah,
familiar with
I know
that.
what they are.
is
They're
that?
like, they could be a little wood chip style smoker.
They have
Or
different ones, right?
they have a bunch of different ones.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
They have
not
one
like
that's
not
like
like
a-
an indirect fire box. This is like some little thing. Or
No, they,
No.
well, they make a whole bunch of
They
different
have a
ones.
bunch of different ones.
They have one that's
Yeah.
kind of like a Weber Smoky Mountain.
That's
They have
right.
a couple different ones.
Okay. So he said, modest Brinkman smoker. I converted into an electric smoker. I would only do pork and chicken. This summer, I pulled the trigger on a Weber Summit Kamado, and after a few cooks, I wanted to baptize the grill with a brisket. I got a beautiful 8-pound packer cut with about half an inch fat cap. I simply
8 pound?
8 pound. That's what he said. Seems kind of light to me.
It's a little one.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in Texas. I'm assuming, is he in Texas?
Packard cut.
I don't know.
I'm guessing not. I don't think
So
you can
that's-
buy an
that's-
8-pound in
That's
Texas.
the full. No, you probably can. You can buy
It's just a
halves.
small one. Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy the half. So at least you get the decal and the point.
Right.
You know,
Deck on the flat.
a flat or whatever. Yeah, together though.
Well, it
You know what
sounds
I'm
like
saying.
it sounds like
Sorry.
he's
I got
cooking it. He's cooking it Texas style.
There
Because
it is.
I coated it with mustard, kosher salt, and pepper.
Okay.
That was it.
Perfect.
Used Kingsford charcoal briquettes and used about 4 or 5 chunks of hickory. I went with the minion method and held it steady between 250 275 for 12 hours overnight.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Those Weber Summits are pretty nice. I wouldn't
buddy's
mind
got
playing
one.
with one of those.
Everybody's
They
got
look
one.
cool.
They're nice.
So I sprayed it every 30 minutes with apple juice /water/cider, which I've never heard of that combo. But all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until it reached 145 internal. Then I wrapped it with until the cook was done. rested 2 hours, and then carved it up. I used a Thermopro probe to manage the grill temp and only had to go out on my deck in the middle of the night in my Duluth Trading Co. Finest twice to check on the temp because it got too hot. But at 6 a.m., it was nearly ready to come off. Overall, it was a really fun experience. I wish I let the charcoal burn off a little more while getting at the temp, which, yeah, I guess you can really get that kind of like, I don't know, it's
Charcoal
like a,
flavor.
yeah,
That sooty.
sooty, I don't know, kerosene kind of flavor. I learned a lot more about the Weber Summit and how to manage the temp, and I think I nailed the brisket on tenderness, flavor, and bark. I won't be intimidated to try another brisket. It was a great experience to cook over charcoal for a long time. Next, I'm going to roll with natural lump and do a turkey test run for Thanksgiving. Thanks again, Pete.
There it is.
Yeah.
I love that.
And he's already posted. He's already been tagging us and stuff.
Yeah.
Like he's been cooking on this thing. But that was his first brisket. That's pretty awesome.
Awesome,
I love
Pete.
that. Yeah, I love. So
Thanks for sharing. Appreciate it.
The 145. A couple of things there. Like the 145 temp, I think is probably very smart because he has such a small brisket. Once he
Yeah,
wraps,
that's true.
it's going to. And it's like when I first heard that, I was like, "Oh, should probably show it to 170, 175."
Oh, he wrapped it at 145? I didn't catch
He wrapped
that.
at 145,
Okay. Yeah, that probably is
but
smart.
because it's such a small
Yeah,
Dry
we're
out.
cooking usually bigger
Yeah, it's
briskets.
probably gonna dry out
It's
if you
very
go any
smart to
longer
do
than
that, and I really truly he probably got really. I mean, I don't know if he planned on that or he just it's a lucky temperature that he picked on, or if he saw the color was really good. But kudos to this dude because that's a boss ass move.
Yeah, I think it's awesome starting just salt and pepper to start out with. Get a good baseline, you know what I mean? And then I would just encourage him to explore with some more brisket rubs.
yeah.
You know,
Right.
like maybe just start out with a Fiesta brisket rub. And
Or
just put it
maybe
on
a
there.
Sucklebusters brisket rub.
Yeah, like the
'Cause-
one that you're about to get because you are our win of the week.
Sucklebusters. Everybody loves Sucklebusters. Ooh,
Maybe,
stupid
yeah,
alcohol.
maybe ask for the Sucklebuster brisket rub and try that out and
Yeah.
let us know.
They make a
Stupid
Texas
alcohol.
brisket rub. They also have an 1836 beef rub that's pretty good.
Yes, sir.
Dude, this is the time of the podcast that I really hate. This is the time where I really get a little sad because I know
you?
it's towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
I know
why is
we're
it though,
I know
James?
because I know we're wrapping it up and then we're gonna call it quits and we're gonna leave. We're all gonna go our separate ways.
Nobody likes to wrap it up.
Wrap
unless
it up.
unless you folks that are listening
is.
along, you just go to the next
That
episode
was a
and
dad
we're gonna be
joke.
right there. We're gonna be right there with you, just arms wide open, just welcome you in.
Did you know,
Slide
before we go,
open.
that it's
Yes.
inappropriate to tell a dad joke if you're not a dad?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's a faux pas.
It's a faux pas.
Like paw.
Like,
Get it?
it's a
Yeah.
faux pas.
Get it?
Think about it.
Get it?
Think about it.
Just bringing it in.
You'll figure it
John. That's so nice. I really appreciate that.
Thanks, John.
Okay.
So
Oh, Alex, what is your sign off?
I don't have one.
Well, come up with one right now on the spot as I'm staring at you. Come on.
but
What's
first,
it gonna be? Wait, what?
if the people did want to get a hold of us,
You already did that, but okay, it's fine.
how would they get a hold of us?
They would go to grabthebrisket.com. You can find all of our merch. You can find all of our content, all of our recipes, everything right there. And link to all of our social media. Check it out.
Yeah, go check out the TikToks because we threw out a couple of recipes for the jalapeno sausage, like the sweet and sour jalapeno
Yes.
sausage, and we threw out the meatball, the meatball recipe. Everybody's like loving it. Like I've seen a lot of the comments. Like, people are just like,
They're
"Holy
trying it."
shit, I'm trying this. This is great. This is fantastic."
And not to mention, I did see some text messages flying around between our little group that we have here, and I can foresee some new T-shirts ideas were flowing the other day, and I could see some new ideas
Definitely.
coming out. So
we're,
make
we're
sure
not
you're.
telling you right now.
No, we're not going to
'cause
say anything, but
they're not gonna
make sure
copy
you
us.
look at the merch side, look at the T-shirt side, because there should there's some badass stuff coming up.
Yeah.
And that deer roll recipe, if you guys caught that episode, that recipe is up on the website already.
There it is. Deer rolls, guys.
Hey, most importantly, I really do enjoy talking barbecue with you guys.
Peace.
There, guys.
Thanks for listening and smoke on.
Nice. We've been great.
Dang it, Bobby. Just grab the brisket. Or we would like to give a special thanks to FOGO Premium Hardwood Lump Charcoal, Bolner's Fiesta Spices, CoolieNation Custom Koozies, Cambro Manufacturing, Yeti Cooler, the Smoke Sheep Barbecue Newsletter, and Texas Brew Hopper. We appreciate their support. Y'all guys go check them out.